Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm your host, Tommy Cresta, alongside me, my co-host, Ryan Fran. Today, we're here to talk about the final two episodes of Season 3 of HBO's House of the Dragon, penultimate and finale. But before we get too far into the episode, make sure to follow us on all of our social media pages, the Popcorn Podcast on Instagram, Tommy_Cresta, Ferran12, the Popcorn Studios on YouTube, and everywhere you find podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everything in between. But before we get into the actual review, Ryan, how you doing today?
Great. Doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm doing, it's happening. We're here. That's it.
Do you want to explain to our viewers and listeners what happened to your finger?
Well, I got into a fight with a bagel, and I ended up getting 6 stitches on my pointer finger. It wasn't good. It was funny because I was trying to leave. I had to work at like 4, so I was trying to leave the shore like noon. Give me a nice little buffer. I can relax for a little bit and get changed and go. I ended up leaving at like 2:45 because I was at urgent care the whole time. And then, yeah, it was fun. That was good. My nurse was awesome though. She stitched me up so good, and she gave me the shot in the. I don't know if I told you, the top of the finger. She moved the flap of skin out of the way and stuck a needle directly in the cut. Oh man, that shit hurt so bad.
That does not sound enjoyable.
No, that hurt worse than actually cutting my finger open. Than the bagel cutting my finger open. It was a fight.
My eyebrow's like stuck. Dude, it's like not going.
What's wrong with you?
I don't.
You having a stroke?
Oh no, why is my one eyebrow stuck up?
Hey, if you don't know what's happening, go check out the YouTube to look at this idiot stick his eyebrow in the air.
Oh my god. Stop. I don't know, dude. I can feel it twitching. Okay, I think I'm good now.
You're not. I can still see it twitching, but let's go. Keep rolling.
Okay, so House of the Dragon, we got the final 2 episodes of the show. I've been much higher on the show than Ryan has as we go into these final 2 episodes. And the reaction seemed pretty good to the finale. I will say I was a little concerned going into the finale because I think the penultimate is actually one of the weaker episodes of the show, in my opinion. It felt very much like a filler, which felt very weird in the Game of Thrones world when it feels like the penultimate tends to be the biggest episode. So it felt a little slow to me. But of course, it has a great ending, with a great reveal having to do with Aegon. But Ryan, let's hear your opinions first on episode 7, The Dragon in Winter.
So I watched this episode Saturday night late, just to kind of catch up before Sunday when the finale came out. I actually didn't hate this episode. I didn't love it again, but I thought I liked it a little bit more than some of the in between episodes. And I have the IMDb pulled up just so I can remember actors' names and characters' names and such. Yeah. I think I generally agree with the IMDb ratings. It's starting going through episode 1 through episode 8, which we'll talk about episode 8 after episode 7. It's a 9.2, 9.3, and then it dips to 8.2, and then dips again to 7.5, 7.6, 7.6 again. And then with episode 7, it jumps up to an 8.3, and episode 8 was a 9.1. I think I generally agree with that. Like I thought this episode 7 was actually pretty fun. Love the ending. I thought the ending was awesome. It's not
the ending was great.
It to happen. The ending was great. I really liked that, and I kind of liked Aegon throughout this entire episode. I don't know. We can probably just jump into spoilers right away. We've kind of been spoiling the show the whole time. So if you haven't seen,
because if you haven't been watching it, why would you be tuning into this episode?
Yeah, the final 2 episodes. Just go watch it before. But I kind of liked Aegon in this episode where like they have the plan to get him over to Braavos, and he's like, no, I'm gonna go with Jason Lannister. I think Jason, or is it Tyland? I always fuck it up. All the goddamn twins.
It's Tyland.
This one is Tyland. Yeah, Jason's dead. He goes to Tyland, and Tyland's like, no, I mean, we can keep fighting. And I liked that Aegon was like, no, I'm not gonna go down as the guy. The history's not gonna remember me as the guy who got killed by his brother on his dragon. Like, I'm going to go out fighting. People are going to know that I'm alive. And I like that he changes his mind and goes like, no, they're going to know that I'm still kicking and I'm going to go down fight. I really respected that at Aegon. And we'll talk about episode 8 later, but I'm way up on Aegon right now.
Dude, I am way up on Aegon right now. I agree.
We'll talk about it later, but the line delivery is excellent.
Was it the fuck you, which I think is one of the best delivered fuck yous in television.
No. It's when he's talking to fucking Aemon in episode 8.
Yeah, that's the same I'm thinking about, where he has one knee and he's like, it's like, no,
I'm alive.
fuck you.
No, he goes, I'm alive.
I'm alive.
Oh, that
So
line.
funny.
It
Me and
was
my dad both laughed out loud. It was great.
They were the two, as much as, and I'm saying I'm down on episode 7. Episode 7 to me is a weaker episode, but in that, this season has been very strong. So I have it at like, I would say it's still like a high 7 something or like a flat 8. I've just really enjoyed the season. I just felt like until the end, it was a lot of like, okay, like how are we going to set up the finale?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, when I saw the finale was an hour and 30 something minutes, I was like, oh, they might be feeding us. But then me and Sam watched so she sat with me while I watched episode 7. And I said to her, I was like, that just felt like a little bit of like a filler. And I guess because I've had such high expectations for the penultimate with Game of Thrones history, like how they love to do it. So maybe that's more why I was a little bit down on it. But I still enjoyed it. And I thought the last like 15 minutes were great. And dude, when I'm telling you, I watched it was like what happens in the finale of House of the Dragon. I was like, oh my God, Ryan Connell's going to do it again. He's going to absolutely fuck us. He's not going to show the battle. Well, I was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, but episode 7, I thought I liked it a lot. Like I kind of watched it once and pretty late, so kind of, I got the gist of it, but it kind of washed over me. I wasn't paying as much attention as I was, unfortunately, for most of the episodes, and as well as episode 8 I watched last night. But I felt episode 7 was actually pretty decent. I think I liked it more than that kind of middle chunk with 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think it was a pretty decent episode.
Yeah, and I'm happy that you enjoyed it. I'm excited to talk. I said to Sam, because she called me while I was watching the finale, I was like, this is probably the most excited I've been to talk to Ryan about House of the Dragon. I was like, because I was like, I just don't know. I can't expect him to dislike the finale because I feel like it's one of the best episodes this show's given us so far. Especially the battle felt the most, which we'll talk more about when we get there. But it just felt like the battle finally felt to the scale of like what was going on.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely had my issues with episode 8, but I think overall it was a pretty good episode.
But we were right though about when we said about Allison. They only brought 4 soldiers with them. Because the head one does not walk out of Harrenhal. No. Gets dropped like a bad habit. Aemon's just a dog.
Yeah, he's just a little shit.
Watching him have sex with his mom, I know it's a dream, it was still one of the most uncomfortable things I've watched.
Yeah, it fully got me too. I was terrified. I was like, there's no way this is happening again. There's no way. Yeah, this is actually because
they played it so well, like her facial expression, she doesn't seem like she's into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. And then she changed. I was like, oh thank Jesus. But I will say episode 7 did have a great scene. I thought when they finally get to Rhaena, and they finally corner, I thought that was a really good scene. I thought it was so cool to see the dragons just full on fight without having to fly around or anything.
Yeah, I agree. It was really cool getting like an actual just dragon fight the first time in a while, because we kind of, we got one in Rook's Rest, and we've had a couple throughout the show, but it's mostly been Vhagar just fucking everybody up. And then, we had the Gullet in episode 1 where Jace dies, and you see Sheepstealer battling Moondancer, and Veermax, I think, was his. Was Jace?
Yeah, Veermax.
But it was cool seeing like it just no riders, just dragons fighting. And there was a part of me that actually, without knowing the source material fully, I know plenty of stuff, not all of it. I thought Cyrax was done for. When Sheepstealer got a hold of Cyrax, I was like, oh
yeah,
shit. That was close.
It's gonna. I know. They made a huge. Ryan Connell really took a swing in his decision of what to do the story with towards the end of 8. But again, I said the same. I have no problem. Me and you have talked about it. I'm not one of those people that something has to follow the books. Because in my head, I think I morely go to comics. I'm like, they don't really ever truly follow the comic. But
yeah.
So I didn't have a problem with a major decision he went with in 8. But again, we'll talk to that more then. I think 7. Did you have a problem? My fucking Jiminy Crickets! I might be having a stroke. When Daemon talks to Rhaenyra about protecting his daughter, I was fully on Daemon's side. Like, I get why
I mean,
he did what he did.
Yeah, I fully understand it. And especially, like, he has that scene, I forget if it was 7 or, like, towards the tail end of 6 when he's talking to Rhaena, and he's like, I'm sorry I haven't been a good father to you, but I'm trying to, like, I don't think he outright says it. He's still kind of, too vain to say it out loud, but, like, he kind of implies, like, I want to do better. Like, I want to do right by you as your father. But I agree. I don't see him. I don't think he did anything wrong trying to defend Rhaena. And he also, like, he was trying to be stern. Like, you can't have this dragon. Like, this is not going to go well. This isn't just going to work out at all. You need to get rid of this. But she's pretty headstrong about keeping her dragon that she's bonded with now. And
Well,
I did like when Rhaenyra
one
found
way.
out. Well, yeah. I did like when Rhaenyra, like, realized that it was just a random guy whose head Daemon brought her a couple episodes ago. I like when she just throws the skull into the fire.
Just smashes it. That poor guy. He did nothing wrong.
Just random sheep farmer. Just got decapitated for no reason.
What else happened this episode? Darren and Gawain, they contemplate. We hear them talking about surrendering because they just don't believe in this fight that Ormond is trying to bring them into. And I will say, man, I've hated Ormond this whole show. He was such a good character though throughout the season. He was just so good at playing such a bitch. Like, it was just his character was so good at it.
Yeah, he was so hateable, but he may have been just the most entertaining character in the entire.
Because I mean,
show now.
Yeah, it's because he plays it more like he's playing it like season 1 Daemon almost. He's not as vile of a person as Daemon is. Daemon does more fuck shit.
He's more vile than Daemon, I'd say.
That's what I'm saying. Daemon's like worse.
Yeah. Oh, you said he's not as vile as Daemon.
Yeah, he's not as violent. Ormond's not as violent as Daemon is.
Oh, I thought you said vile, not violent.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, that's my bad. But yeah,
I don't think I don't.
Daemon is more violent, but for Ormond's not as violent. At least in his own right, he's not doing the more violent.
Yeah, he does bad things that are violent. But
he's sending out plenty of people to do violent shit, like when they go and capture Corlys and just murder all of his men behind him. When he sends John Roxton out there, but yeah, I know what you mean. He's not doing anything himself for the most part, but obviously we get that throughout the season he has that thing with smells and stuff, and when he sees blood and smells it, he gets disgusted. So, there's a reason for it. And again, I love that kind of those quirky little character moments that you get. I wish there were more of them for a lot of the characters, but I love when characters have those just random little quirks, like his thing with smells. He just can't handle bad smells whatsoever. I just think those are fun little things that upgrow the characters, make them feel a little bit more human. But yeah, I think Ormond was just a great character this season. I thought every time he came on screen, he was one of those guys I just can't look away from, like almost like a Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Just you hate him so much, but you can't look away. It's just so entertaining. But yeah, I liked Gawain and Darren trying to figure out a way to surrender because they both realized there's no winning this battle. They don't know Ormond's plan with Ulf yet, but in their eyes, they're like, no, we can't. It's never going to work. They have they have 3 dragons. They're probably going to send at least 2 with Ulf and Hugh that they're going to attack with, and probably more now that we do see that Daemon goes out and attacks them with Caraxes. So they knew it was a losing battle. Yeah, but
I think Caraxes is my favorite.
Caraxes is the coolest one for sure. Dreamfire looks awesome though. We do see a
great little. Oh yeah, no, I'm excited to just see more of all the dragons.
Yeah,
because I mean, there's gonna have to be more of them going forward. But I will say a scene in 8 with Caraxes. When Caraxes comes through that door, that was a cool ass scene. That was cool because I guess we don't normally see the dragons like utilized like that because we think of them like flying over the city, kind of how we see from the majority. But seeing it like on foot doing some fight, it was really cool. I thought. Yeah,
it was cool. I like that a lot.
I do like Gawain though. I think he was probably one of my favorite characters from the season in total. I think he just plays that dude who has nothing left. Like he's like, I don't want to be fighting anymore. Like this guy's went through hell and back, and just to go back to this pointless fight again for his family, and all he wants to do is go back to
Old Town.
Old Town. And I thought about it in the moment when Ormond's like, yeah, capturing Corlys is going to turn the tides. I was like, no, it's not. Like out of all your plans.
Yeah, I think with a different ruler, it may have like if that was Jaehaerys and they took Otto, not Jaehaerys, Viserys, and they
Viserys.
took if they had taken Otto, I think a guy like Viserys would have cared way more about that. But I think with Rhaenyra and Daemon specifically, they're just so headstrong in this. We're winning this fight no matter what. They wouldn't have really cared about it. I think it wasn't a bad idea to steal the hand. I think it was a pretty good plan, and it could have been way more effective if things had turned out differently. But I just think, with the characters that we have now who are in charge of the black team, it wasn't really going to work out the way that Ormond wanted it to.
Yeah, and like I know we always talk about how much more interesting the Greens are. The Greens are just evil. Like they put all those children on the fence and stuff in the finale.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy work.
Yeah, but I mean, there is some black and white too, because we have sure, that's the Greens in general, but it's really Ormond and John Roxton. Like Gawain and Darren hate that; they don't want it. Allison wouldn't like that at all if she had any knowledge of it. It's you can say it's the Greens in general, but it's really just Ormond.
Yeah, I guess because I look at the Greens as more like the army, and that's not really just them. But I guess you can say the same thing about the Blacks, because the Blacks are so. I mean, what they do to the High Scepters in the finale is terrible.
Which I like. There's nobody's good. Like there is no clear good guy. There's not.
Yeah, there's like who should be. There's like the rightful heir, and then there's are any of these people actually good people? Because there's two can be the same. Two can be true at once, and I think.
The show isn't very black and white. I don't think they've done a fantastic job of keeping it, more gray throughout the entire show. Like Rhaenyra has generally been the good guy throughout the show, but I think this season did a good job of making it more gray in the middle, where you get
it evened out a lot more.
Yeah, because it was always Daemon just being the rogue prince and going out and doing whatever he wants. But now we get to see a lot more of Rhaenyra doing whatever she wants, which I think is good. And also, we do get more of kind of nasty Rhaenyra, which I like seeing in episode 7 and especially in episode 8. Where
they do a really good job these last couple of episodes with her character, especially something that me and you have talked about from the beginning of the season was that we wanted to see more of that. And I feel like they did a really good job these last couple of episodes. And I mean, that's going to be important going forward with more of the storylines we're getting. But it is crazy that I guess we'll talk about it later because I do want to talk more before we get into the finale. I would like to talk about Aegon's, his ending with Larys and Tyland because it's such an important moment moving forward. We said it in episode 5 or 4, whatever one we reviewed that like we know Sunfire's around and we know that Sunfire's not dead yet because of how important it gets in the books.
Yeah,
but for a little bit, I got a little nervous that they weren't going to do it. I was like, oh boy. Like, I completely did not think that's how that scene was going to end with Aegon and Tyland.
Yeah. No, I thought it was awesome, though, just seeing Sunfire just stomp through the trees. Like, it felt like a Godzilla movie. Like, there's just...
I was about to say it felt like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park's a way better. Yeah, that's way better. It's just you feel like there's a big monster coming through, but it ends up being as cool as it can be. And especially with the design of Sunfire now, being as mangled up and broken as Aegon is, it looked so cool seeing them stand just side by side.
Yeah, because they're both so messed up from like what's happened to both of them. But it's been funny. I've been seeing like memes on the internet, and the one person tweeted, and it went crazy viral. It was like, what do you mean I wasn't that excited for 3, and now I gotta wait 2 years finally for the season I'm excited for?
Yeah,
which. I said this, I was like, I'm going to be 27 when the final season of this comes out.
I know. Dude, my dad asked me, too, after we finished the finale. He was like, all right, so what do you think? Maybe, like, next summer it'll come out? I just laughed. I'm like, no, it's going to be 2 or 3 years again. It's going to take forever.
And I get it, because, like, I get it with these kind of shows. Like, it takes a while, because they're so big budget and stuff. But I also wish more shows would just do, like, old school productions, where they would just do it, like, it's a yearly thing. You just work for a year. You get time off, and then you go back to work, which I know is harder, but...
Yeah, it's way harder, and especially with a big budget thing like this where you have the battles and you have, all the extras and stuff you got to get in, you got to get on screen and get them in a costume and get all the you got to find places to shoot. You got to build the sets. It's just a way bigger budget than like an ABC show that could
Yeah,
just
like
pump out things
Seinfeld
every
or
season.
Friends, and
Yeah. But I mean, even with other things, and I know United Seven Kingdoms is much smaller scale and shorter episodes, only 6 episodes. But even that's supposed to come out. At least they're saying like early 2027, which is super exciting. But
yeah.
yeah, I think.
But they also
it's
filmed
way-
almost. Yeah, they did a lot quicker turnaround though, and I guess that comes with what we said, like a smaller. It's still bigger in scale than most shows, but it's way smaller than House of the Dragon is.
Yeah, way smaller.
Which is crazy because like me, and you talk about like I feel like a big issue with the show has been the scale of it. Like it should feel way bigger than it has, and that I would say that's probably my biggest pet peeve with the show. And sometimes how Ryan Condal has paced it, as we talked about last time we did the finale of 2, how mad I was about all that. But I just because then you get and it makes so much more angry because you get the first episode of this season and then you get this finale and you're like you can feel how big the scale is with the extras, with the set pieces. So I am crossing my fingers that Ryan Condal understands how important this last season is and that you see how much people like the battles and like the large set pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I said last time, I have way more hope in season 4 than I did going into 3. But it's still going to
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I think season 3 was definitely better than season 2 by far. I think totally. But also, like to your point with Ryan Condal, you can be upset with his writing and his pacing all you want. You can't take away from any of the set designers or costume designers, actors as well. But like everybody who worked on the production of the show outside of the writing and aspect of it, and even the directors as well, did a fantastic job this whole season. Everything looks great. Like you said, the scale is huge with all the extras and stuff. All the CGI looked good. Like just the battle scenes that we got with the gullet and then, in Tumbleton in episode 8, everything just looked incredible. So whatever you're upset with the writing and stuff, it's completely understandable if that's your thing. Whether you just didn't love the show or if you're a book fan who's very angry about it, you can't take away from everybody else who worked on this show because they did a phenomenal job throughout the whole thing so far.
You know, the crew, I mean, because I know that Tumbleton episode had to have been, the treasons at Tumbleton had to be such a, I mean, that had to have been a pain in the ass to film. And I know that, and not like a bad way to any, the producer or anything. It's just one of those things where you're out in the sun. Like, those were huge set pieces, and a lot of it, they had a lot of practical filmmaking going. So I give everyone that worked on that a bunch of credit. I mean, I'll give Ryan Condal his flowers for the finale. He was willing to go for it, and he was willing to take swings that I know some people haven't been. It's been very divisive, the decision he makes towards the end. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I said the same. Game of Thrones in total has done such a great job with these battles and really showing you how terrible war is, especially for the people that just live somewhere. Like we see it in war now. Back then, innocent people get killed during these things, and that's where I think Game of Thrones and this shine at its best is when it really shows you the aftermath of all this. It was hitting emotionally for me during the Saving Private Ryan-esque scene with Damon, where it's all in slow motion, and that scene really worked for me. Oh yeah, what about I was a little confused in 8, unless I just missed something, but I didn't think I did. So Rhaenyra and Mysaria have sex in 7,
which I still like. The romance.
What happened in 8 that she flips on her?
Exactly. I mean that romance they kissed in season 2, which I didn't like because there's no build up to it. It just happens, which is all right, fine. Rhaenyra, you can make the argument that Rhaenyra is kind of taking more power, more self-power, and just taking what she wants, blah, 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 whatever. But even, when they hook up in episode 7, there's especially no build-up to that. Mysaria is working for her and, being her master of whispers and all that. And she's done okay, besides lying to Rhaenyra a couple of times throughout this season. But there's just no build-up to that at all. That romance, if you wanted to make that a romance, that's fine. You can do that. But, there's zero build-up to it whatsoever. They work together a lot throughout this season, but romantically, there's just nothing. I don't understand why they keep trying to push this.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe that was the end of that romance with how this season ends. Yeah. I felt like they were kind of moving. Because I will say one of my favorite scenes is the beginning of this episode with Rhaenyra and Daemon. Because I know that their marriage is so fucked. It's not a good relationship or a healthy relationship. Yeah. But there's something about their relationship that feels way more natural to me, even though it is uncle and niece, than Mysaria and Rhaenyra feels to me.
Yeah, I agree. Because you get at least some build up to that. Like you see them talking sometimes. You see them like lying together, not even like having sex or anything, but just like talking stuff out. Like you kind of get that relationship. With Mysaria and Rhaenyra, it's nothing but work. It's nothing but whispers and trying to gain information. There's never any romantic subplot with them until every once in a while they just hook up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I will say that was probably my least favorite scene of Seb. And I really hope people don't take it as the way of like, because it's a same-sex relationship. It has nothing to do with that. I really hope everyone understands that. It's just, it doesn't feel written well. It just feels out of place.
Written. It just happens. There was no writing.
Yeah, exactly.
It just happens out of nowhere.
But going in a scene I did like from the finale pretty quickly into it. Helena being force-fed was one of like my favorites. It was it's icky, but it works, and I just like Rhaenyra's scenes with Helena. I feel like in these 3 episodes now, I thought were all really good. I like when she tries to talk to her about her sister about being a dreamer, and it just doesn't work. And Rhaenyra kind of like snaps on her really quick. Because again, like what you said, like been so used to seeing Rhaenyra as like just like the full on. They try and just make it black and white, and seeing her be like mean and rude and like quick tempered, I think makes her character just more enjoyable because it gives you that gray area of like, well, she's not much better than, and stuff she does towards the end of this episode shows that she's not much better than Ormond. She won't put kids in the way. Well, kind of. She does. But they did a good job of finally making it feel like, see, like both sides are bad. Like, and I feel like they've really needed that.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, no, I've been waiting forever to see Rhaenyra kind of just like stop crying in almost every scene that she's in and just like put her foot down and say like, no, I'm done. I'm going to be the ruler that, everybody wants me to be. That's all I've been waiting for. And we get it. We get a little bit more of that in episode 8. And I'm happy it happened, but some of her speech towards the end, I didn't like that at all, which I think was kind of the point. I don't think you're supposed to watch that.
I don't think you're supposed to agree with her.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're supposed to watch that and be like, God damn it, you're fucking crazy too now, which is good. But if we're getting into episode 8, I just got to tell you, man, I want Aegon on the throne now. I'm fully switched sides. I'm done. He's my favorite character now. The way he says the line to Amy, he's like, I'm alive.
I'm alive.
He's so good in the last couple episodes.
I am fully on Aegon's side now. He is risen from the dead. His dragon has risen from the dead. He is chosen by the gods. I am fully on Team Aegon now. I don't care at all. I'm
going to say I'm Team Rhaenyra.
He's just his own thing. He's not even part
of it. No,
he
says it. He says he's going to go there and put Ormond in his place.
Yeah, like, fuck him.
No, Aegon's great, and I feel like we've talked so bad about Aegon for the first 2 seasons because his character's just annoying at a lot of points in the show.
Well, he's
he
a piece of
feels
shit.
like,
but now he's had that kind of development where he's talked to some of the small folk. He's seen like how the world kind of works a little bit more, and he doesn't really take it into account. He's still an asshole, but
he's a more enjoyable asshole.
Yes, he's a far more enjoyable asshole. When Rhaenyra becomes an asshole towards the end of the season, her like final speech, I was like, "You suck. You're an asshole."
Well, I guess that's the point too, though.
Oh, 100% the point. I think they want us to root for Aegon now. We've been rooting for Rhaenyra. The general masses have been rooting for Rhaenyra for 3 seasons now. And at the very end, they're like, nope, you're going to be Team Aegon now. And they got me. Hook, line, and sinker. I am fully in.
No, they as soon as this episode ended, I was fully like, fuck, man. Like, why? Like, and that's how it should feel with these kind of shows, is that you're like, fuck, like, I want to see the next part of this story. Like, Night of the Seven Kingdoms did so well, where both of us in our review were like, I just want to see more of this world. And this made me get to the point where I'm like, after 2, I was like, yeah, I know it's coming, so I'm excited. But at the same time, I was like, it's not going to be as good. Thank God it was better than 2. But this ended, and I was like, fuck, I want to see more now. Like, I'm so into like where the story leads off.
Yeah, it definitely ended on a point. Like I said, I have my problems with this episode for sure, but it ended off on a point where I definitely want to see more. It was definitely, I want to see how some of the events that happened at the very, very end of this episode, transpire. People like talk about it in season 4. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I will say one of the standouts of the finale was definitely Roderick. He was so dope in this episode, and I love. Yeah, Roderick. He's one of the wolves.
Oh yeah. He was awesome. He's
Yeah.
people love him already as like just. People are saying he's the best character in the season, which I don't like.
No,
So
Damon's
you
to
have
me
to
is
say-
just the most enjoyable character to watch to me.
Yeah, but Damon didn't get too much to do. Like he had the scenes with Rhaenyra, but it's like I don't. She didn't.
In the
have,
finale, he just has this look. I think
His
Damon is
finale
my
was
favorite because he's always like Damon would rather be doing anything but actually helping. Like even in the battle,
yeah.
he looks like he's like, "Fuck."
Yeah, he's like, I'm just gonna go off. Everybody knows what they're doing. I'm gonna go off and fight who I want to fight. It's whatever.
So I feel like
But he
that's why I
loves
like
it.
Damon so much.
Mhm.
I mean,
But Roderick,
Aegon
people
might be the
loving him as
character of
much
the
as-
season.
Aegon, yeah, Aegon is up there for sure this season. But it's crazy that Roderick is already like a fan favorite for being in. I mean, if you count it up, he's probably in 20 minutes of the entire show.
Maybe 20
And it's-
minutes.
Maybe, but the episode 8, every scene he's in, you're like, this guy rules.
Can we talk about how he just slices a kid's face in half because the kid hits him with a stick?
Oh yeah, no, it's awesome. He's not like
Just turned
just-
around. I thought he was gonna like make him flinch. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a funny moment, and just axe the kid.
yeah, because Damon has the line. He's like, we need to make sure that we can't go around killing civilians because people, Rhaenyra still has to look good. And then they get word that there's kids manning the walls, and they all just kind of look at each other like, I guess they're soldiers now. We can kill some kids. He just whacks him because even Damon kills I do like Damon has that hesitation when the kids come out to like guard the gate, and he tells them like move, and a lot of them move, but two of them die. Caraxes kills those two kids for sure. You can see him try to run away as Caraxes is like firing. You can see them try to run away, but they're dead. They're done for. Like they didn't stand a chance.
I love it, and I feel like there's part like I didn't love the speech either, but again, I agree with you. I felt like it was kind of the point is that she's kind of losing it now, but at the same time, the highs of this episode kind of make me like I can glance over some of the problems.
Yeah, I agree. I think this episode was just pretty fun. I think the season as a whole wasn't that great. I don't want. This isn't like a terrible season, but I don't think this finale saved the season for me fully. I don't think I can go around saying this was like a great season of television or anything.
Yeah, I don't think it was a great season. I think it was but I think it's above most seasons that we get nowadays. Like
I don't know, I
we
disagree.
review a lot of great shows. I think it's better than a lot of
but
seasons.
compared to those great shows, this season it's nowhere near.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would not put this season very high against probably a lot of shows. A lot of.
I'm excited for Lanterns. Every time they put a Lanterns trailer before this, they got me hooked. I just watch it.
Yeah.
You'll be here. You actually, Ryan will be here to watch Lanterns with me.
Nice.
Two of our friends will be here.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'll be fun. But back to this. That scene with Aemon and Aegon was genuinely one of my favorite scenes of the whole season. Because you finally just... Aemon's just a wimp now. Like, he's fully just lost in, like, that will.
Mm-hmm.
And then Aegon's, like, sailing high right now. And he's fully just taken up, like, this mantle of now he's going to be what the villain is for this last season. Well, villain. He's the other end of the coin.
Yeah, he ain't the villain to me, dude. He's the hero
Yeah,
now. I don't care at all.
I don't know if he's a hero.
He's a hero for me.
I don't know if I'd tie yourself to that one yet. Heidi, when we review this next series, cut this into a certain scene.
I know what scene you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I know what scene you're talking about. Yeah, he's the hero. I don't
He's the
care.
hero of this
It's
story.
over. Yeah, it's over.
You know who fucking sucked this episode? Ulf, you're a bitch. I hate you. I've said it from the beginning. I hate you. He does nothing because pain.
Yeah, he sucks. Yeah, he's just a drunk who got gifted with a dragon for damn near no reason, and just he can't control himself. He's a terrible person, but a great. I don't think I can call him a great character just because he's not written great throughout this season, but he's definitely a somewhat entertaining character. Like he's
See,
not a good guy, but
I think I just hate when he shows up.
I like it sometimes. Sometimes he's kind of funny. I mean, he's always the butt of the joke. He's never like doing anything even near important or saying anything
Well-
good. But, well, I mean, yes, obviously this episode he burns both armies to death. Like, he's doing important stuff in this episode, but throughout the whole season, every time he's on screen, he's the butt of the joke. But you can kind of tell, like, that was one of the things that I did kind of like. You can kind of see him turning on the Blacks kind of build up throughout this season, especially with at the end of the episode 7, you see him and Ormond talking. And
Yeah, they
Ormond
discuss
brings up,
him
like,
helping them.
Yeah, I heard Damon struck you in the street. Like, we would never do that. Like, you can see why a guy like Ulf would take that and be like, yeah, fuck those guys. I'm going to fight with you now. But then, obviously, with this episode, Ormond does exactly what Damon did to him and strikes him down in the street. So Ulf's like, yeah, fuck you. I'm just going to be my own guy now. Me and my dragon. Me and Silverwing.
And burn the city to the fucking ground.
Yeah.
In genuinely, so I there's just something about a mother holding her kid. It's always so sad. And they show you like 8 different times.
Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of charred bodies.
A lot of charred bodies. But what were your I want to hear like what were your things that you were so down on this episode?
I mean, I think a lot of the stuff with Rhaenyra, just the speech at the end, her saying that like I'm the prince who was promised. I'm like, no, you're not. Like I know Viserys told her about the Song of Ice and Fire and the prince who was promised. He didn't say anything about her being the prince that was promised. Like that was just her being like, yeah, I'm special, I'm important. I'm gonna say that I'm this person now, which is just not true. Like there's no reason for her to believe that besides her own vanity. Also, this is just kind of a nitpick, but it may piss me off. Her eye makeup in this episode, she has like the little black
Anakin.
Right? It looks so stupid.
That's all I could keep thinking of.
Genuinely distracting.
It distracted me. Dude, when she walked, first off, I've never seen a character that's been like one of my favorite characters, and I feel like does have a great presence to the character normally. Mm-hmm. I've never felt that go away so quickly as when she walked out.
Yeah.
Like,
it was bad.
The chainmail looked bad. It was not the design to go for.
Really bad. It was very bad.
Yeah, everyone knows I'm a huge Rhaenyra fan.
Yeah, you are. But like her making that whole speech to the common folk, mostly in High Valyrian, like what do you think you're doing? They don't know what the hell you're saying. They have no idea. Yeah,
you could have made up that whole speech. No one understood what you said.
Yeah, they're all like, what is she saying? I don't care. Can I go fucking die now?
Scavenge food.
Yeah. Yeah, can we eat now? Prince who was promised, please? Remember that one time you gave like 10 of us a loaf of bread and then walked away like you did something? Can you do that again?
But for all of us?
You stop.
Why don't they just like
family members?
They should just kill one of the dragons and can like you eat dragon meat?
They were kind of harvesting it. Whatever Rhaenys' dragon was.
Like if you killed Vhagar, could you eat Vhagar?
You probably could eat him. I don't know. Maybe it's
or you could have killed Sheepstealer and taken the food.
Yeah, but even that's gonna I mean, that's gonna feed. I don't know, 50 houses, and then they're like, "All right, we're hungry again." Like, it's not gonna work.
I guess so.
Yeah. And
the dragons have like such like a like prominent like thing in their history. Maybe that's just against what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also didn't love Alan or Aaron. Fucking which one is it that kills the High Septon? It is
Alan.
Alan killing the High Septon because Rhaenyra. I forget exactly what she says, but she's like, "Hey,
we have greater gods that look upon us."
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
I kind of enjoyed that scene.
I didn't hate it, but I think I didn't like Alan suddenly kind of like being like, all right, yeah, I'm fully in on Rhaenyra now. After she promised to, forget the word, but like canonize them, whatever, not legitimize them, and then she doesn't do it, and then Alan's like, yeah, it's my responsibility now. It's like, dude, you can kind of take a
yeah, but I guess because she's probably been the best to him out of everyone.
I mean, probably, but she still didn't make him legitimate. Even though, I did like how he kind of lied to the Valyrian men and was like, "I am his firstborn legitimate son." No, you're not.
No, that's not what he says. He says, I am his oldest living son."
I thought he said legit. He said something. He said he was the heir.
Yeah, he is the heir. He is.
No, he's not. He's not legitimate.
Oh, I thought Corlys said he is his heir.
I think he said
A couple episodes ago.
If you're legitimized, you'll be the heir, but you can't have a
Oh.
bastard take over.
Yeah, he definitely said
also
I'm
did,
his oldest living son.
Yeah, I may have been wrong, but I did that scene where Adam is like asking Bela, clearly gonna ask Bela like, "Can I marry you so I can be a part of Driftmark?" And she's like, "Oh, did Alan tell you?" And he's like, "Huh? Tell me what? Tell me what?"
Yeah,
what
he was a little mad at Alan later on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I will say I was so nervous that I didn't know where Rhaenyra was gonna go this episode. I thought with all the chainmail and shit, I thought she was gonna go to battle at Tumbleton, which would if she showed up just teleported there in this season, I would have been 10 times angrier.
Well, if she flew a dragon, it doesn't take very long.
Yeah, but all the other soldiers, like if Alan showed up there at Tumbleton,
yeah, like those guys, yeah.
You're nuts. That's not no. I don't care how close it is. You're not getting there in an hour. It's not happening.
No, they did a good job on that of keeping like characters separated for this. And I mean, we talk about them like jumping around. I mean, the Winter Wolves, that was the whole season was them getting to this battle.
Yeah, they were just trying to die. It was great.
Yeah, and I love Roderick's last scene. That was really good.
Mm-hmm. It was really good. He just fucking stabs Ormond in the ass. It's hilarious.
And they just stands there.
In this I forget if it was episode 7 or episode 8, but Dan Fogler, who plays Torrin Manderly, the Master of Coin, there's a scene where he's talking on the High Council. He doesn't even try to do an accent. He's just straight up doing an American accent. Was it 7?
I forgot about that scene. I agree.
I said before when he first like got introduced, I was like, I can't see anything other than him in like Fantastic Beasts or anything. I can't take him seriously. And when he just didn't even try the accent, I was like, dude, come on. Why are you here? Why are you here?
No, I agree. That was I forgot about it. I meant to bring that up too. Yeah, it wasn't that was last episode. And going into let's talk about the battle a little bit. I love when they try and give Corlys over as like a sign of peace and Daemon just chokes the shit out of Gwen. There's just something about like I don't know. I think Matt Smith, like I know you're not up on Matt Smith like I am like in most projects. No, you do, but you've made some comments about Matt Smith, his appearance.
He's odd looking, but he's a great actor.
I don't think he's odd looking.
He's a little. I'm not saying he's disgusting, but I'm saying he's not like a normal. He's not like
I feel like he's like a handsome guy.
In terms of like Hollywood leading man.
Oh no, he doesn't look like a Hollywood leading man. No,
but I'm fine with him. I'm not saying he has to be, but he's definitely not like a normal looking. I don't know. He's relatively odd for like an high profile actor.
I guess so.
Crazy to say.
I didn't say it was crazy to say.
You're acting like I said like this disgusting piece of shit. Why is he
called him an alien?
No, I probably did, but no.
I think there's later clip of me going and Matt Smith playing the lead villain in Star Killer in Star Wars, whatever Ryan Gosling movie. You're like, wow, and they don't even have to do makeup on him.
That sounds familiar. Yeah. But I do think he's great as Daemon. I don't have an issue with him in the show.
Yeah, but there's something like he just has a great like presence. Like his character, you can feel the character's like weight. And that's why I think I really like about Daemon. I feel like you can really feel it in that scene and during his speech, like to all the soldiers. So I really liked. I don't think anything about the fight I would have changed. I really like how they went about the battle.
Yeah, I thought it was good, and I liked Daemon's and John Roxton's fight. With I didn't realize, but John Roxton also has a Valyrian steel sword, so it's just two going at each other. And finally, I was so happy that they kind of used the armor. Finally, I guess I mean. It's a TV show, I get it. Only the main characters have armor that works. That's fine, whatever. But I like that John Roxton was like blocking shots with his fucking forearms. Like,
yeah.
That's what I wanted to see. That stuff's cool. Make the fight last way longer. It's not just swords clanging together. Like these guys are actually beating the shit out of each other. Yeah,
it was the most like personal fight we've had, I think, in House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I think it was good. And like I like that John Roxton just completely overpowers Daemon almost immediately. Like he was gonna kill him if Ulf didn't burn down that tower above him and kind of like split him.
Yeah,
Daemon was gonna die. Like his eye got gouged. Well, it didn't get gouged out. I thought he was gonna get gouged out, but you see later his eye's still intact. But Yeah, I mean, I thought that fight was really fun, and I liked after the end when Daemon kind of wakes up again and starts like killing some high tower guys who are just fucked up in the fire and everything. And I like that Corlys walks in and grabs him. He's like, "Yo, we're done. We're going home."
I thought he stabbed him at first.
I kind of did too, the way he turned around really quick, but
I was like,
I
oh,
like that scene a lot.
fuck. Yeah, no, it was good.
Also,
And I like,
Roger-
because he says that Ulf, that's when he tells him Ulf flipped.
Yeah. And I love when Roderick and like some of the White Wolves are fighting the Hightower guys, and they kill them all, and they're like, "Fuck, we're still alive."
Yeah,
That was
and
so
they're like, and their cheer is so bad. Like, they're just like,
They're not even cheering. They're like, "God damn it, we're still alive. We're supposed."
Yeah,
to
it's
die.
not, but like, it's
Came
supposed to
here
be
to die.
like a cheer because they all go like this, but they're all like, and then I love Roderick, how Roderick's character ends with him dying, and I love that he's so happy.
Yeah.
He's so happy to die by dragonfire.
He did his job. I do wonder what happens with the winter, like if the Winter Wolves survive and go back to the north. Are they like cowards or what? Like, what do you think happened? Like, if they went into a battle where there was like, dude, there were 5 guys, we're just gonna like let them kill all of us. So I wonder what happens if they go.
I feel like do they get to like retire? Is that like their like thing?
Well, this is their retirement. They're only down there to die because winter's coming and less mouths to feed. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I wonder where they go. Maybe they get to go like live somewhere. Like maybe that counts as like they serve their sentence. Like like how most of them are like prisoners almost.
Yeah, well, they're not prisoners. They're just old men who just sign up to be like, yeah.
No, but the people at the wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aren't they? Yeah, maybe that's like counts as like they can just go back. Yeah, well, he didn't. Roderick definitely does not get to walk out of this. His arm is chopped off and he is burned to a crisp alongside Ormond. Ormond is such a fucking coward. I was thinking about the whole episode. I was like, you're such a coward.
Yeah. But I do love that his, aversion to smell and blood and stuff is his ultimate downfall. Because he had the upper hand, quite literally, on Roderick.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. And then he gets covered in blood and he starts vomiting. And that's why he dies. Like, it's so funny.
And they did a good job. Like, they played that, like what you said, it adds to that character. And they play through it with every episode. And then it pays off at the very end. So, yeah, I just really like this episode. It made me very excited for the next season. Because I feel like you do this season just as good as 3, maybe in between 3 and 1. I mean, you have a very good series of television. If you have 4 seasons, 2 are very good, 1 is good, and 1's meh. It's still a good series.
Well, I think 1 is very good. 1's all right and 1's bad. But, to each.
See, I don't think 2's. I feel like 2's not bad. It's just meh. Because there are good episodes in 2.
Yeah, there's good moments. But I think, it's a season of television. If it was like a special, you could say, if it was a 1-hour episode, you could be like, it wasn't the greatest episode, but there were good moments. So I think it was a decent, fine episode. But as a whole season of television, there was far more bad and disappointing and mad than there was good.
Yeah, okay. I guess you're right. Is there anything else you want to add about House of the Dragon? Oh, is that Vhagar at the end of the episode fly by? There's a giant dragon that flies past Tumbleton.
No. That was Vermithor. That was Hugh.
Oh, that's right. I forget how big his is.
That's the second biggest one.
Yeah, behind Vhagar. I was so confused. I looked down for 1 second. I looked up and it was there. Oh, also, we forgot to talk about Cat dying, Hugh's wife.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good scene. I know kind of what goes on with Hugh's character, but not like super well. In the books, that is. But I think that was a good point to leave off on his character and see, next season starts off, he probably will be stewing on that a little bit, which I think will lead in kind of nicely for what may happen.
Oh, dude, we forgot to talk about one of the biggest parts of the entire episode with, whose name do I always forget?
I have no idea.
Allison's daughter.
Oh, Helena. Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dead. She jumped. I thought it made sense. I liked it. I know is that one of the things you were talking about with like the big change from the book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the books, what is it?
Her and her baby are pretty, yeah, and the baby gets literally ripped to shreds.
I mean, you know me, I'm very disappointed that didn't happen, but at least we did see some kids die this episode, so I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna say what happens, but in the books there's a second battle. So I'm assuming that they might open the next season with that.
Yeah, maybe like
So
episode 2 or something.
Yeah, like I mean, it's pretty, yeah, because it's not super long after. But yeah, that was a pretty big swing to kill her off. I mean, because that's not how it is in the book.
Yeah, but I think it makes sense for that character. Like she doesn't want to live as a prisoner by any means, and
Sarah tells her she'll never let her leave.
yeah, I think that was kind of the final straw. Like, yeah, it's over, and she has the quilt that she's been working on all season, and you see Rhaenyra on the throne, covered in flames, surrounded by dragons. So I think that's a good way to kind of leave off, and just the final fuck you that she knows Rhaenyra is going to find.
And just I love the decision to. I mean, because it is a character turning point for Rhaenyra, and her just not looking out the kind of like not caring about how everything ends, and just shuts the windows like it's nothing. It just shows you that we're in this different point, like what you've said. Like we've rooted for her for 3 seasons, and now all of a sudden, this end of this episode kind of has people. I mean, it got you right away to flip.
It got me when he said when Tom Glencarney delivered that line of "I'm alive, I'm still alive." That was the moment I was like, "Yeah, fuck this show, dude. I'm just having fun now. I don't even care anymore. This show ain't that good. I'm not as into it. It's disappointing, by far disappointing in terms of a Game of Thrones show. Now that we have Game of Thrones and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, this
season and the first season are by far better than anything Game of Thrones did after Battle of the Bastards.
At least, yeah episode season 6 and 7. I'd probably say season 1 and 3 of House of the Dragon are mildly, they're better than that, I think.
Yeah, and they're better than 8.
Yeah, 8 as well. Yeah,
and because Battle of the Bastards is fantastic. People know it's what I think is the greatest singular episode of television. I love that episode. I need to rewatch Game of Thrones. It's so good. The only downside to breaking off from material is that at least Condell has followed a general outline, but the way he's kind of going, the only point, and I've said like you can change things up as long as it's good in my opinion. It just, you always get that feeling of Game of Thrones where they did their own thing and it just doesn't work. So I just don't want that to happen. Because I want the next season to happen.
Idea. Like I'm sure the Game of Thrones books are. I mean, they're never going to come out. They're never going to finish. But I'm sure the original story, if George is not changing it on the fly, was that.
I bet you he is. That's why it's taking him so long.
Which is why I love whenever that clip of him goes viral, of him saying like, "Well, if you have the ending and somebody figures it out, you can't change the ending because that ruins the whole book." Even though that's 100% what he's doing. He's been doing for the past decade since he's been writing.
He definitely knew the ending and was like, "Oh shit, that's kind of what my ending was."
Fuck, I shouldn't have told him that because, like, I mean, the whole thing they've talked about it. David Benioff and DB Wise. The reason they got the job is because they figured out who Jon Snow's parents were. They figured out it was Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that's kind of how they got the job. So, like, that's going to happen in the books. I guarantee you, in the books, Jon probably kills Daenerys. Bran probably ends up on the throne. And I think, in general, there's far, far better ways of doing it than what the show did. But I think, if you're going to take guesses, that's probably not a horrible guess for, that's how those characters.
Yeah, I think I've always just been. I had no problem with him killing Rhaenyra. Not Rhaenyra.
Daenerys?
Fucking Daenerys. I've never had a problem with that. That was never a scene that was a problem to me. It's more how the show's executed in that last season.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. It's all the execution. It's the build-up. It's
not even that 8's a bad season. 8, the finale of 8 is terrible, and the second half of the penultimate is terrible. Because leading into that, I remember watching, being like, I don't get why people hate this season. Like I really enjoyed everything leading up to it, but it kind of falls into what you talked about, the later season of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. It's that people end up from place to place so quickly when the earlier season, people are gone for seasons. Yeah, but so
I disagree. Season 8 is fucking terrible. And even like the Long Night episode, I know you
see. I love that episode.
It's not that, like, it's the big final battle. Besides, the Battle of King's Landing or whatever the hell they call it when Daenerys fights.
That should have been such a good fight. That battle.
It should have been, but it's not. But so the final battle of the show is the Long Night, and the only character that dies is fucking Jorah Mormont and
Reek.
Yeah, Theon does die, and then what's his name? Flaming Sword guy, Beric Dondarrion. Like the only characters that die. It should have been Like they build, it's the big.
It should have killed Lee. Like 10 of the characters should have died.
It's like the whole show. There's been 0 plot armor, and then they just put on all the plot armor for the entire every character.
That is, and I've said as much as I like the Long Night because I think people are just annoying as shit sometimes with their opinions about the Long Night. And again, you can think whatever you want. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just some people. I feel like the things people bitch about are the worst things to bitch about.
Like
the downside to the Long Night is, like what you said, the plot armor. There's scenes where these people are covered in the snow
whites.
people they're covered in the whites. And then all of a sudden, next scene, they're fine. That's like my biggest issue.
Yeah, there's just no like gravity to it. And especially like all the Dothraki go out immediately with the flaming swords and just get wiped out. And they literally say like they wiped out the Dothraki. The Dothraki are no more. And then, like the next episode, there's a whole. I mean, literally, when Daenerys walks out, there's an army of Dothraki. Nothing matters. Nothing matters in that last season.
That is a funny.
Like, nah, never mind.
It is a funny joke throughout the show how the Dothraki never seem to lose numbers.
Yeah, there's just nothing. Like
they always come back.
Like she became the queen of the Dothraki as a whole, rather than just I forget what like the warlords are called, but the Khal. And like she burns all the Khals in Dothrak, and then takes over basically the entire Dothraki civilization. But even still, they all die, or so they're all supposed to die. And then 2 episodes later, they're like, "No, everybody's actually fine. They woke up." I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, we found a vaccine, so they're good now.
Vaccine to avoid death. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about with House of the Dragon?
No, I'm okay. I think we got most of it out.
Well, I forgot to do fan questions. Ryan's team green. I'm still team black because I'm going to root for Dany Targaryen.
I'm team Aegon. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, you're team Aegon.
Team Aegon.
Team Burnt Face is Ryan's side. I'm still going to rock with Daemon till the end. That's my road. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did forget to do fan questions this episode. That is on me. But we can still do our recommendation of the week. Ryan, what would you like everyone to go and watch?
Go watch Moneyball.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
How can you not be romantic about baseball? We got Luis Ariz on the Phillies now. Derek Hall.
Get our bullpen fucking blows.
Well, can't be perfect, right? You can't have fun. This is Phillies baseball. You want to be?
They play tonight, 7:45. So we have a banner finally coming to YouTube that our amazing editor is creating, and I made sure to make sure that the Sandlot is on there for you. I made sure it was like a split of like movies that I like and movies you like, but that should be coming out shortly. I'm going to recommend. Let's go sports movies. I'm going to recommend the greatest sports movie of all time. Remember the Titans. I love that movie. It's so good.
So do I, but I thought you were going to say Miracle.
No, Miracle's not as high for me as Remember the Titans. But that is the end of this episode of the Popcorn Podcast. It was a very fun time getting to review House of the Dragon the last couple weeks. But we'll be back to our regular scheduled programs of movies and probably some ranking episodes soon because we got to mix it up a little bit. Make sure to follow us everywhere you check out the podcast, said in the beginning episode. And yeah, we will be back next week. Of course, it might be to talk about Land. Oh no, Tony biopic comes out. That's pretty cool.
Tony does come out. End of Oak Street comes out.
Oh shit. And we're reviewing that with
Danny DeRito.
Danny DeRito, that's right. Coming back on the show. This time to talk about movies. He's now a director and an actor. That's my favorite.
It's my favorite.
We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Goodbye.